What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 32 of the walkthrough. Picking up from the Ancestral Woods. So now that we are wrapped up with the Ancestral Woods in full, we'll be working our way on into nokron. So to do this, we're just going to leave our side of grace here. Just jump straight on out. You're going to see a rooftop here, and this is going to lead you on into nokron. Now, this area, I wouldn't really call it hidden, but I could definitely see why some people may miss it, but, it's that simple. Now, as you go on down, rejuvenating boluses are going to cleanse Death Blight. You haven't ran into it much, and you won't run into it that much, but it is a very deadly status. It's going to be nice to try to save those up a bit. Now, once you go here, you're going to see two silver tears. There's kind of like mimic tears, but basic enemy variety. But before we even fight those, what we're going to be doing is just run around and get all the items over here, because one will just naturally get herself killed, so you should just see 2,000 runes hit your screen any second, because she's going to fall off the, the edge of the cliff over there. So there you go. That's your first one down. Now we can go proceed and we'll deal with the second one. So strategically, it's just smart to do it that way, but you got to get your items regardless. So it's kind of, works out. Now you're not going to think much of them. It's kind of like a naked, basic weapon, but you'd be surprised. The amount of damage it can stack up is pretty damn impressive, in my opinion. Because they hit us twice, about 30, 40, 40% of your health, I'd say. But very, very weak to blood loss. So that helps out with the current weapon. If not, then just, you're going to be putting off pretty decent damage. Because at this point, if you don't have the constant, you got, plus 15, plus 16 weapon. Now from here, if you were to just jump straight off, that will precede you. But I would like to go ahead and pick up some nascent butterflies, because we talked before, they're exceptionally rare. They're not just in the underground, but mainly. You'll see them in the top world from time to time, but it just does not happen often, not often enough, that's for sure. From here, we're going to go straight across. Go get you guys something really good. And you definitely want a stone sword key before you start this episode. I should call it out. But if you've been following along, you have everything I have, and I have plenty, so you should too. Right here's your next wet blade. This is for arcane. That will put blood loss or poison on any weapon affinity. But it also could just get you arcane scaling. Let's say you like this weapon, but you do an arcane build. Like, fuck, I wish I could, put arcane scaling on that to boost my damage. Well, now you could do that, Or you could put blood loss, and the more arcane, the more blood loss, because this weapon already comes with the blood loss, so it really boosts that up for newer players. It's just smart. Now over here, you are going to need to use a stone sword key here for your platinum. This is going to be one of your legendary summons, and also the recommended summon for the walkthrough. Despite your build, doesn't matter. You're not going to find a stronger summon. In game, there's like one that really hangs with it. I wouldn't call it better. It's probably not even as good, but I think it's, there are two that just really stand out for being very powerful. Now, what I like about your Mimic tier is it's you. If you're using Blood Loss, it's two enemies using Blood Loss. You're using Frostbite, two enemies, or you can just have two weapons, right? You can put on something super strong like Moonveil Katana if you're doing intelligence builds, so you have blood loss and magic damage, and it's just really powerful. Then you can switch to like the Dark Moon Greatsword for you, and then you're building up Frostbite, and there's nothing that's going to stand in your way, once you're set up like that. It's just crazy, crazy powerful in the right hands, and, the only thing holds you back is your own creativity. So many applications for that. So the slope is on the other half. Okay, so we're going to have to run and jump. I forgot if it's slanted here or across. So make sure you run and jump. Take him. I thought there was a butterfly around here. Yeah, I think it's right over here. Yep. Not a big deal. Just nice to have. Alright, so once we got that, we can jump on in the Nox Flowing Hammer. You already got the Nox Flowing Sword when we fought the Night Maiden, so that's their other weapon. It's very cool. It's, literally like a hammer with a whip built into it, so it extends way out, and it's pretty cool. It's different. I wouldn't go with it, but it's neat, very unique. Now, this big-ass ball is going to follow you around. Similar to that ball trap you guys may have seen in Caelid if anyone tried to farm at the start or whatever. It's the same thing. It always follows you around. It's considered an enemy. Every time you guys kill him, the first time you get a larval tier. Meaning if there's 3 in this room, the first time you kill those 3, that's, larval tier. If you come back, you're not going to get it off. Now you have a few different options. You can try to do a drop attack and put it down. You got a lot of health. But there's 2 Night Maidens in here. So it's really up to you guys how you want to, try to play this. But I think it's better to try to use the boulder to our advantage. So what I will typically do is just run straight out the door. Boulder cannot follow. And then we'll fight the Night Maidens. And he can hit them too and cause damage. But what's great about this is he gets stuck, right? So, see how much health he has? The drop attack ain't gonna do much for you. There you go. Now we're fighting them. But just so everyone's not ganging up on you. Thank you. Yeah, because their damage output's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good as well. There's your larvals here for taking him out. There's a few little resources you guys can pick up if you want. Alright, we should be good. That ladder just takes you up somewhere you already been. We're not worried about it. Alright, so once you go on down, right here's going to be your side of grace. Go ahead and grab that. Alright, so as soon as we go ahead from this point, you're going to have a bunch of silver tiers. One's going to turn into like a really big troll. So I will typically go right right on in. Look at that. So it takes about half your health. It says it's 40 or 50%. But now we have two guys with plus 16 flame burst in front of them. Now the spirit itself isn't really upgraded. So if you don't upgrade him, it's not going to be... I mean, he's going to be good. He's going to be strong. But when you get towards the back half of the game, he's going to get put down too easy. This is the first summon. I always tell you guys, summons are more of a distraction more than anything else, but this is one that can actually put off damage. Put off real damage. I mean, a few of them can, but not like him, because he's you. So if you're running around and you think the mimic tier sucks, that's because your build sucks. Keep that in mind. He's you, right? So if you find him pretty horrible, that should tell you something. You should probably switch things up, because he's you. So if he's not powerful, you're not. Having two of me is not a bad trade-off. But yeah, really good, man. He's got ours set up, so he's locked and loaded for battle. Now, typically he'll go away before the troll fight. He'll usually go away right around now. Yeah. I guess it's because if he's just meant to help you with those guys. So this guy's going to be a really big troll, although we fought trolls before. They are getting a bit more tricky. They just have a lot more health, they do a lot more damage, and on top of that, they seem to be a little bit more aggressive. That was definitely true. Yeah, I've been like 4 charged heavies. I think we're just waiting too long in between. Like, how? Ow! Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's what I was telling you guys. If you're fighting an enemy, you're like, wait, you're supposed to be staggered after 2 charged heavies or 3 charged heavies, so they're not getting staggered. It means you waited too long in between those hits. So you gotta, he's doing a lot of stuff that's interrupting your attacks at the end of the day. Alright, so Silver Tier Husk. If you find anything else beyond this point, that's what it is. It's gonna be crafting. Now, if you have not talked to Ronnie, if you have not started her quest line, there's going to be a chest up here that you cannot open. There's an item that's a key item for her quest, so keep that in mind. Since it's for her quest, what it's going to do is it's going to tell you, I think it's like, this does not belong to you, or you're not meant to have this item, so you will not even be able to open the chest. That's why we spent a whole episode running around and butting up all of our NPCs. That way when we get to the underground areas, there's nothing we're going to be locked out of. So if you notice, we have access to this. Otherwise, you will not be able to open it. So Finger Slayer Blade looks cool. Call it a blade. It's a quest item. Then you got your great low vert the final upgrade mat for your spirit summons, yes, but special summons. I don't know what to call them. I guess just call them special summons because I guess that's that's what they really are. What are we looking at? 10,000. A little bit short. It's really close. Yeah, so we're at 49,000. All right. So at this point, we got 40, 20 in mind, which is a really good spot until end game. I want to get this to 25 because if I get to 25 endurance and then we go get that really good talisman for weight increase, that's done. I like 25 there. We'll keep this at 20. I'll probably put 5 more like at the end of the game. But since we put 4 levels here, all we really need is like 10 levels in health. Then you're in your damage for the rest of the game, guys. So we'll probably get stamina done, bring up our damage a bit more, then go back into health. I think that'd be smart. So we'll keep health at 40. We'll get 25 endurance, 20 mind, which we already have. Then we'll probably go like 40-40 on our damage stats so we reach higher spell requirements, get good skilling. Then we'll probably just finish up health and just damage for the rest of the game. It's the best way to do it. So once you have your Finger Slayer Blade, you're going to jump back to Ronnie's Rise, as we are completely done where we just were. And once we go back on up, we're going to talk to Ronnie, and this is going to push her quest forward. Which her quest doesn't end until the very end of the Underground Regions. In fact, there's a few points where, because of things she says, you're like, okay, I've done that quest. And you'll get some rewards, and it's nothing too substantial. It's kind of like hidden secrets and hidden areas, and like, what the hell? But it does eventually come to an end, just not for a long time. Alright, so you're going to go on up.
Ah, not blithe. Even in my slumber I sensed it. It is in thy possession, is it not? The hidden treasure of Nokron. My thanks. Finally all the pieces are in place. Soon must I begin my journey. Upon the dark path only I may tread. Ah, but before I leave, I shall entrust thee with this. My thanks for thy sterling efforts. A strange gift, perhaps. But a rare sort such as thee would welcome it, I'm sure. I am certain now. Fate steered us to our reunion. I must thank Torrent, too, for his part. You may leave now. It was but brief. But thou gavest me fine service. What is it? I, too, am to...
Alright. So she should just be talking about departing on her journey. Did we get the statue? Okay, I remember getting. So, Carrion Inverted Statue. Now, does it actually tell you where to use it? Because I don't remember. Yeah. So, key revealing the hidden form of Carrion Study Hall. I told you guys you have to do Carrion Study Hall twice. So, this is going to be perfect for this episode as it kind of, goes with what we're doing. So, that's exactly what we want to do. We're going to jump back to Study Hall entrance. Similar to before, you're going to have to chase a mage all around until you eventually kill him, but now you're going to be running around on rafters and scaffolding, and it's not scaffolding, just like kind of rafters up top. It's really easy to fall. There's a bunch of enemies. It's not, exactly hard to get yourself killed here. It's just showing the building flip. We told you before, going through here, the building's going to flip upside down when we come back, and that's exactly what you're going to see, and it's really fucking cool. As far as, level design, it's dope, man. It's really dope. So there's going to be 3 little mansies. Remember, they hate fire. There's a reason when we did the recommended build, I decided to go pyromancy, because most enemies hate it. So it helps out a lot dealing with more difficult enemies, but it's just fun. So what we're going to do is ignore the mage for now. You're going to drop, turn around, go get you a new helm right here. It's your Mask of Confidence. I think that's for Arcane. It's supposed to add a few levels. Yeah, increases Arcane. It's not much. It's like 3 levels. But it could help reach the requirement and get you some extra skill. So, just like before, you're going to have to get up here and beat him down enough until he hops somewhere else. But these guys can easily knock you down. So, tell you, it's so easy to get killed here, guys. If we keep our distance enough, nope, still not. Okay, I was hoping if we keep our distance enough, we'd be alright. There we go, let's get some eye frames on him. It's very difficult. Yeah, you can make yourself killed a few times, but you will eventually get it. Heal. Similar to before, once you do enough damage, you will hop away. There, now he's gonna go down there. So what we're gonna do, be careful, this little ledge, it's so easy to slip off of it. As your burn over time is gonna finish these guys off, makes life a little bit easier. You really just gotta hit them once at our current level. That's really just to clear the area. You're gonna notice, like, you know, there's really nothing happening. Thank you. Easy peasy. And we're going up to the right. That's what I hate, man. That little ledge, just to get on it, is such a fucking tedious venture. You know? As soon as you hear that sound of him firing, that's when I would try to dodge. I mean, if you're far away. Yep. Should be about dead. We get hit by that, it's probably over for us. His damage output's really good. There we go. There we go. You might have to use all of your tools at your disposal, as you see. Yeah, quite tedious. So from there, you're going to get Lucidity. So if you missed Carrier Study Hall Part 1, you would have missed the Stars of Ruin or whatever spell you got. But you get a spell here. That's why you want to do it both times, or you would be missing a spell. Now, from here, we're going to drop down. There's a few ways you can do it. I usually just go right here. I was looking over at the lantern, or the chandelier. I'm like, maybe we could do it that way, but I don't want to risk it. I just have never done it that way before. You know what I also have never done? Is I just never seen any items. I've never have ran around here. So let's do that together, see what it leads to or doesn't. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just never saw anything across, so I've never done it. But nothing here. Alright, this part sucks. If you miss this drop, you gotta do the whole thing again. The mage will not come back, but still. Everything else kind of suck. Now, similar to last time, there are items to get. Go right here. It's just crafting. Still, we'll pick it up. There's that body I pointed out earlier. I said he's like upside down on the ledge. So now, with flipping this around, you're able to get to your stuff. So from here, it's going to be an obvious path forward. Come to your left. Now where this is actually going to take you is to a bridge. And it's going to let you get to this tower. Now, you didn't need to activate for knowledge. You just got that. Works different for respecking. However, we still need to go here to get you guys something pretty cool. Now from this point, I'm probably going to switch right over to a parry shield. Because the enemy we're going to fight. You don't have to fight this guy, but he does drop a very unique armor set. The only way you can get it is by killing him here. It's a guaranteed drop. I didn't think he can get his outfit or armor on like a chance drop. You have to do it here. So first things first, make sure to grab this. So we went to Volcano Manor early because you got teleported there throughout the Urnia, and we took down that Godskin Noble. I'm sorry, yeah, Godskin Noble. There's two Godskins, they're different. This is a big fat boy. So you guys already fought him once. Showed you a way to beat him with sleep and blood loss. And while you couldn't do all that, I'm gonna show you how the fight would typically go once you get a little bit of skill with the game and just learn to fight these guys. So you can use carry and retaliation here too. But usually, this is how we fight. It takes a little bit of skill, but I want to show you how to pull it off. Now, I don't go crazy with the tactics. One here, one there. He does the black flame, we're backing up. Big thrust. Close the distance. Very nice with that. Carry off. Although you could stick on him here, it's just a really good window to heal. Now, this is where it does a big roly poly. You don't have anything to hide behind this time. So what you gotta do, I'm gonna show you. You just line it up perfect. Roll through, and then just roll to the right. Run to the right in a circle. Look at that. That's how you deal with that move. I would have showed you guys this earlier, but I was like, look, people can't get past this guy. They're not gonna be able to get to that somber set that you're after. So I just showed you like a really easy way to deal with him. And you can parry the thrust attack. It's hard. But you can parry almost anything. His punches, like that. I didn't have the opening, but yeah. Oh, probably gonna get myself killed here. As soon as he opens, that's the window to dodge. The second one. Thank you. Perfect, but it works. Now, that's just the best strategy I can come up if you want to fight him straight up. Obviously, you know, you have the sleep pot method, blood loss, using bloodhound's fangs, weapon arc, just running through them. So there's a lot you could do, but if you just want to, you know, get better at fighting these guys, that's the way I use. In fact, you know what's crazy too is to parry in this game. Usually in games like hit L1 at the last second, you actually have to time the swing of your shield with the swing of their weapon, and it can be hard. So it's good to probably practice on like basic soldiers. He is the person I learned parries on. That's right. Isn't that crazy? I was that far into the game before because I was like, man, I like parries in games, but I could not pick it up. I got to him, I'm like, wait a minute, I think I could parry this guy, and I was able to learn it. But interestingly enough, I could not beat him. I fought him like 20 times at Volcano Manor. Then I learned to parry him, and that's how I beat him for the first time ever. So, very, very, very useful. Now you notice I'm usually using a shield for the walkthrough with no skill because guard counters are so good. I'm going to try to show that playstyle off to newer players. But I'm more of a parry player. I don't hit all of them, but I hit enough to make it work. Also, until this walkthrough, I haven't played the game in like a year, so I should be much better. It's coming back. You do get a little rusty at times, though. Alright, so from here, we're going up. Grab your next side of grace. Then we can head on up. So this is going to get you a +5 talisman for intelligence. And this is Ronnie's dead body. Remember I told you she cast off her mortal flesh to live in a spirit world, I guess, and use dolls to activate in the physical realm. That's because she was an Empyrean who was supposed to be a god, and they, you know, the two fingers essentially want her to control her, and she wants to take her own destiny. So this is her body. That's what she did to herself. And gets your curse mark of death, which is on her back. That's how you have to kill demigods. She's the curse mark. So there's that. Then the Stargazer heirloom for +5 and int. So now that we have that, and there's nothing in the game that really tells you this, but if you were to jump back to Ronnie's Rise, what we're going to do is just run out from here and go on over to Rena's Rise. That is the third tower. The only tower we have not messed with. Because at this point, we've done all the underground stuff. Besides for the Great Jar's Arsenal Challenge, which is coming up. We're going to do it. It's just, you know, it's really high level. It's really, really one of the most difficult things in the game to do. So Rena's Tower is going to be your one on the far left-hand side. Now, if memory serves, I think there's 3 underground regions left. 3.5. One's more of a transitional zone. You have the Lake of Rot, Deep Root Depths, than where we're going now. This is going to lead to the Lake of Rot. Now, you're going to notice that this tower is now unlocked. Which maybe you could have came in it earlier. I know the transporter wouldn't work until you just did what we did now with Ronnie's questline. Now, as soon as you go up, this is one of the only times, but if you turn back around, there's actually a chest right over here with the Snow Witch outfit. You're doing intelligence builds. That's a really good outfit for a upcoming weapon. I think it boosts frostbite damage, and you're about to get a weapon I consider to be the best weapon in the game for intelligence builds. It's a great sword that scales mainly with int. It's like B scaling int. It gets some physical with dex and strength, but it's like pure int build. Um, Dex int build, strength int build, whatever you want to do. But it's really good. I consider it to be the best weapon in the game for intelligence. It does frostbite. It'll buff up your weapon and lets you shoot projectiles off of it. It's very, very powerful. I think it's the most powerful weapon in the game. A lot of people don't think so, which I think is crazy, because if you use a weapon art, the hardest bosses in the game get melted. Now, as soon as you get to this location, you're going to pick up the miniature Ronnie doll. Now, without this item, and you cannot get any interaction with Ronnie, and then you'll be locked out of the Great Moon Greatsword, or Dark Moon Greatsword, and it's a legendary ornament. You need it for your platinum trophy. So with that, we're actually going to wrap up here. I want to make sure we have enough time next episode to clear this area. So once again, a little bit short. These underground regions, I feel they just need to be separated. So next episode, we are going to open up the episode with getting that dialogue we need from Ronnie, and then we'll be fully progressing our zone here. So you'll notice we're back over here in Ansel, but this is going to be a different portion of Ansel. This is Ansel River Main before we did Ansel Well Depths, right? So that's what we'll be doing this episode. I'm sorry, next episode, and that will eventually lead you on over to the Lake of Rot. So that's the plan moving forward. But either way, y'all stay tuned, and we'll catch you back here shortly.